Hey,
Hi, Dan.
Mark. How you doing, buddy?
Good morning. Very well. How's it going with you?
Yeah, no, it's going well. It's going well. I'm excited. It's Friday, got the week coming, and I'm really excited because the Seattle Mariners are a baseball team here, Mark. Yeah, I think you've probably heard of them. So they
I've heard
finally
of them,
made
yeah.
they finally made the playoffs after 20 years of not making it. So they
Nice.
they held the dubious record of longest professional franchise here in the U.S. out of any sports to not make the postseason, which was 20 years. So they're no longer. They finally made it this year. So the first game's tonight. So I'm excited about that.
That's awesome. What are you going to do? Are you going to get a barbecue on or do
Yeah,
something fun?
it actually starts, I think, at 3 o'clock. So I might skip out a little bit
Uh,
early, but don't tell anybody. Okay, it's just our secret.
if only we weren't live, though.
I know that's all right. The people watching this will know our secret, but that's fine. Awesome.
Absolutely.
Cool. I know in today's show, I want to talk about 5 ways QuestionPro Research Suite can help you solve your toughest challenges at various points in the research process. I think we have some good tools that can help you out. And then before we
Absolutely.
dive into that, I want to spend a minute talking about our X Day that's coming up on the 27th of this month. And let's share my screen real quick here. But wanted to mention this. We still have some spots left. And
Yeah. Yeah.
today, Mark, I know I want to give people a code where they can get a pretty
Yes.
significant discount, if not
Yep.
free. So if maybe you can put code Dan in the comments, people can come to the event for free. Obviously, you need to get your flight and hotel and all that. But if you're local, it's kind of a no-brainer to come to the event. We have some great speakers lined up. Jason Leisure from Traeger. We have
Yep.
Megan from Inspirit Group, Bill from Albertsons, Melissa from Google, Fernando from MGM Resorts. The list goes on. Stephanie Swift from Hormel, Celicia, who's local here in the Austin area, Lauren, who's just up in Fort Worth, she's coming down. Of course, we have the usual suspects with QuestionPro that are going to be there. So definitely come and join us. It's a one-day event. It starts at 9, ends in the afternoon with a happy hour and a band. There's going to be a fortune teller. So a lot of fun
Right.
events and fun things happening. I'm really excited to find out why people are naming their babies Traeger. So
Yep.
that's something. Mark, do you have any guesses? Do you have any guesses on why people are naming their babies Traeger?
You know what, Dan? It's been, I think, about 40 days since we got this keynote speaker, and I keep thinking of it every single week. And I cannot wait. I'm counting down days, but it's super interesting. I read some very interesting stuff about it online too, so I'm really excited to see what Jason has to say about it. That's going to be a really interesting conversation.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. And then we have consumer insights when change is the only constant. So I'll be moderating that with
Yep.
Lauren, Bill, Celicia, and Stephanie. So some interesting content there. All these panelists are great. I know they're all good speakers and excited for that. Some fireside chat on diversity as a superpower with Sonia and Marcus. And this one is an interesting title, I think. Linear,
Yep.
Linear Lives, the stories we tell with data. So Ken, Fernando, Melissa, and Carrie are going to do a great job there talking about that. So, and then we'll wind it up with our afternoon keynote. So this is with Megan. She's from the Inspirit Group, talking about equipping yourself for obstacles at work and in life. Things are
Yep.
always going to happen, so you might as well be equipped to deal with them. So
Um,
this is great.
I
Yeah.
actually am not going to be able to make it out to this, but Dan, you're also going to be doing something with Sanya too, right? You're going to be on a podcast, or are you doing something of that sort?
I believe so. So Al, where is Al at? Here. He's doing a podcast. So I'm going to be doing a podcast with him. And then I don't think
Nice.
so that'll be fun. Going to be doing a live thing there. There's also some different things going on concurrently with the main session here. I
Yep.
know during this, the Rise and Shine with research. Wanted to make sure I mentioned that.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I'll be talking an early morning breakfast, Rise and Shine with research, obviously. You can join me for some breakfast and coffee. We'll talk about some of the most recent QuestionPro product updates. where I see the product going in 2023, and largely kind of a Q&A session as well for folks who want to come in and check in before 9:45. You'll be eligible to win a Bose waterproof speaker. So that'll be exciting and looking forward to that. I'll, of course, be emceeing the event with Crystal as well. So you're going to be seeing plenty of me. So hopefully that's good, not bad. But it'll be a good event. Use code Dan to register for free. There's still some spots left. Hope you go in and do that today. If you have any questions, reach out to anybody from QuestionPro. Pretty much everybody knows about the event, especially here in North America and Canada. So awesome. So with that, I think, Mark, what I'll do is we can move into the main portion, unless there's any other announcements or things that we wanted to talk about.
No, not really. I just wanted to bring people's attention that you're also going to be out at TMRD later in a few weeks. But I guess we've got a lot of time to talk about that. So no other announcements.
Yeah, I think that's coming up in November. I think the 14th through the 16th in San Antonio. So going to be excited to go there. We have a conversation station, and I think we're doing a happy hour thing as well. So if you're coming to TMRE, I guess we'll kind of tease that out now, but we'll be there as well. So more to come on that, but definitely come to X Day on the 27th.
I think any time spent with Dan Fleetwood is happy hour, don't you think?
That's true. I mean, yeah, that's true. I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but I believe that's pretty accurate. Right? So awesome. So why don't we go ahead and do this? Let's dive into the 5 ways that QuestionPro Research can help. And what I want to do is I have a few slides just to frame up the conversation. And then what I want to do is dive into, let's see, we'll just go like this. And then what I want to do is I'll go into the product and we'll talk about that as well. So Mark, if you can get that up on the screen, that would be fantastic.
Yes. Yep.
All right.
There you go.
All right, great. So these are the 5 ways QuestionPro Research Suite can help solve your hardest insights challenges. And these are at different phases, I would say, in the research process, from some are with collaborating with teams, some are in review mode after you have the survey completed, some are before that when you're programming the survey, some are when I need to field the survey, I need those responses. And then I actually have a bonus one. That's the 6th that I'll include here. And that's about instant answers, which I want to talk about a little bit. And we'll get to that at the end here. So the first one is oftentimes, especially at larger organizations, or even in some smaller organizations too, there's a need for templated surveys. And those templated surveys need to be accessed by other members, but they essentially just want to be able to use those, take those questions, and use those in surveys for particular users, or users need those surveys. And this can be accomplished within QuestionPro using a templates folder and setting up the right permissions, which you can do in a matter of seconds. So it doesn't take a lot of time, but it is great for aligning the organization to surveys that you want everybody to use or have access to. So that's something that I wanted to show you, just how easy it is to set that up. And this, again, is probably at the more of the organization, kind of as you're organizing the team and so forth.
One quick question on that while we're on that, Dan.
Yeah.
So as an admin who's using QuestionPro, can I set up these surveys or and then tell people to use these, or do we also help with that?
Yeah, you can. As an admin, you can set up these surveys and tell people to use them. Yep, that's how you can do it. And that's probably the best way to go about it. And then if you want more, you can always, obviously add to the templates here, but that would be the process. Yep.
Nice. Okay, got it.
And then next is really around organizing a particular survey with blocks. And it's more than just organization, but I've seen a lot of people where they'll do demographics, the different sections, and then, the screener, the different sections, and then the demos at the end. This is a good process. You can also use it for more, like you can randomize the blocks, show or hide the blocks based on previous answers, do monadic sequential testing, many different things you can accomplish with the blocks, and we can kind of get into how easy it is to set those up and to start randomizing these different blocks. I like it when, let's say you have 5 images and you want to randomly display one or randomly display a set number. It's easy to set up. You can do that and then ask questions on those. So there's a number of applications for it, but question blocks definitely help you in organizing the survey.
In fact, Avantika says this is amazing. So, yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people have been using it also. So, even in fact, when I was recently working on a survey, I was trying the question blocks out too, and I think it's pretty interesting that you can tailor or bucket your responses on the basis of what you really want to look for. So, this is a very, very interesting feature.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I think it's great. So it's something that we're always continuing to improve and add to because it is such a valuable feature that we have.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one is once your survey is programmed, there's this called review mode. So you can share the survey with stakeholders, clients, any interested parties that can review and collaborate on the survey with real-time comments. So think how you can collaborate on like Google surveys. And that's the same thing here where you can review the comments, you can mark those as completed. It really takes the pain out of sending the link via an email and a big thread where people are replying back. It's hard to manage like what comments have been, what comments have you already addressed, what should have been fixed, where do you need to go. Everything is nicely in here, and you can see based on each question, it highlights it, and you can see the comments there. An easy feature that we have in the research edition that really takes the pain out of getting feedback and sign off on surveys that are completed and ready to field.
Nice.
So that's one. And then another one is, so audience self-service. So this is where within our platform, you have the survey programmed. You can go into the self-service and select the audience that you want to send it to. Automatically sends the survey out to those folks. The results get back. You can analyze everything in QuestionPro. And this is a great feature because, everything is agile and everybody wants everything quick. So this is something that you can do seamlessly within QuestionPro and to get those answers quickly without even needing to contact us. I mean, you load credits in, it pulls from those, and you have those responses fielding. You can see them coming in, and then you're ready to do the analysis at the end. And especially, Mark, Google Surveys is shutting down, and this is kind of this is what Google Surveys was, where you can ask some questions, send it out to an audience, get those back. So we have this alternative to Google Surveys. So if there's anybody out there using Google Surveys that's listening, definitely reach out to us. We have this, which will really, I think, it'll replace what you're currently doing on Google Surveys and add some additional question types and things that you can do to help improve your research there. So this is something that we have, and I'll kind of show you how to set this up and the different interface there.
Nice.
And then once your surveys are fielded, you're going to need to do some analysis. And one of the ways that we can do that is with Crosstabs. I remember early on in my research career, Mark, I started out with editing and proofing Crosstabs. So it's not a job by any means, but it's something that I remember doing and painstakingly in the corner or in the office there, just kind of head down on these sheets, making sure the numbers and everything were correct. But anyways, I digress a little bit. Answer grouping and crosstabs. So this is something that after post data collection, you can come in here. Let's say you want to organize these answer options into specific categories or groups. You can now group those together, and then you can do your analysis. The simple thing here is you have some list of vegetables and fruits, and you want to put those into categories like vegetable and fruits for better or for maybe ease of analysis. You can do that with essentially point and click interface.
I have one question. Is this Crosstabs or what you did? Is that what made you fall in love with market research and insights?
I don't think so, but based on that, I'm surprised I'm still in market research and insights, to be honest. No, it's not glamorous, but it did make me realize all of like the stats and the numbers behind everything. And this is early on in my career. So it definitely gave me an appreciation for the data that was collected and then how you analyze it and then put it into the report. So it's a much needed step. It's, not easy, but it's definitely needed that to proof these crosstabs and make sure that the data in there is accurate. So I guess in short, did in some weird, twisted way.
In some ways.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But do you think if you had answer grouping back then, do you think that would have made your life easier?
I think if I had this, yeah, it would have made my life easier. Yeah. The way that I was
Nice.
doing it back in the day, it was more kind of archaic, I would say. But this is definitely much more streamlined, makes things easier to change on the fly. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
And then let's see, the final one is instant answers. So this also goes into with Google survey shutting down. Lots of times it was, one question they wanted to ask to the general, Gen Pop. You can do this with instant answers. So what this is a Slack integration that we have where you type in, I think it's /question. It comes up. You write your question, type in your answer options, select your audience, the location that you want to survey. It sends it out. You get those responses back into Slack and easily in this nice chart that you can share on social media and reports. I've even seen people do it before they're headed into a meeting and want to get some quick data. This is something that you can use. It's really quick. It's 15 minutes or less. You get these responses back, and it's a really cool way that you can ask questions and get answers without having to do anything too labor intensive. Obviously, it's within Slack that most people use, have up all day. So we try to make it really convenient to get those insights here. So this is instant answers. I won't demo this today, but I just want you to know that this is another feather in the cap, if you will, that you can use in your research. And want this, reach out to us. We can definitely give you a demo and give you access to it so you can start collecting the data, right away.
In fact, if you're following us in socials, just this week we posted something about how bananas are actually classified as berries. I don't know, Dan, if you saw that, but we actually ran that into instant answers, and that was pretty interesting. I think from the time we fielded that to the time we got the responses, like you said, it was only about 15 minutes. It's pretty interesting, and surprisingly, about 91% of people did not know that it was berries. So I think that's super interesting. Gives you a very quick responses on burning questions that you may have, or even fun questions like this. So it's a lot of fun to try out the tool.
Yeah, I had no idea that it was berries, by the way. So I was one of the 91%. So cool. Let's dive into the product here. Mark, you can still see? We're still good?
I can see your screen, yes.
Okay, cool. So what I wanted to go over first is the org templates. So I have this template folder set up here. I have these 4 surveys. So I have this in a shared folder here, and I've shared it with everyone at the company will have access to copy the survey. So notice I said copy. I didn't say edit. I didn't say access reports. I said to copy. So they only have essentially that ability. They can't edit it. They can't edit the original template. They can only copy it. And then when you share this with the respected parties, they can come in here, they can copy it, but they can't do anything else. So it's a great way with an organization to share templates. And things like this come up more often than not, largely when they want some organization around some particular surveys and just, hey, how do we best set this up so that it helps us be more efficient later on down the line? And this is one of the ways we can do that. So people aren't scrambling and asking, hey, where's this? Where's that? Everything is here within template. And then I wanted to also show blocks. So I have a blocks survey here that has a few examples. So I have some different images here, and then I have some demos. So the images here, Mark, you might remember, I don't know, this is somewhere in Pune. I don't remember where, but I was there.
I don't know where this is.
Yeah, so that's there. And then so that's that was one image. And then there's another image here. Somewhere in Pune as well. So don't remember.
Really?
Yeah.
I should get out a little more.
Man, you should. I know. It's funny. I was talking with Atanu, who's the developer on Communities, and he's like, you've probably been more places in Pune than I have. So anyway.
Probably.
Yeah. It's funny. And then I think this is a Logart Fort, something like that. I know I'm butchering the name, but it's something like that.
See, I'm not sure about this one either.
Yeah, it was far. This is probably an hour outside, something like that. But anyway, so you have these 3 images, and then you have some demos. But if I wanted to randomly display one of these, I can easily do it here. Just come in. I can go to, where's it at? Block flow here. Click on this. And then I can select what I want to do. So I can add in a randomizer here. So I can, let's say, add in come on. There we go. And then I add these in here. And then you can choose to randomly display one from the list. You can easily present the blocks, randomly display 2 or 3. So that way, if you only want to display one of these, you're doing maybe some product testing or image testing, and you want to randomly display one, you can do that pretty easily and you hit save, and then you're off to the races there. So that's, question blocks, good way to organize your survey, also a good way to improve the flow. And then also, if you want to do, some more advanced survey programming with logic, blocks is, definitely essential for that. And then at the end, I'll get back here, go back to this. And let's say I have, any survey here, I have this, and then I want to go to tools and I want to review it. So my survey is programmed, but I want to get some good feedback on it. I can come in here and I can hit this button. So send it to email, whether they're in QuestionPro or not. I can send it to these folks, and then they get the email. They can come and then they can comment on these. And then I can see here if they've commented, added anything. I can say,
oh, interesting.
Hey, great, thanks for the, and then it goes in there and you can see it. And then there's some other options here to edit or delete it. But you can do this on each question, right? So you can see it's all based on the question. So it's easily organized. You can get that feedback, make sure it's resolved. And then it's just a great way that I like for taking everything out of email and putting it in an interface that makes sense and it's easier to use, and you can get the feedback that you need. So that is review mode. There's also
we're actually killing this meeting could have been an email, and we're taking it a step further by saying this meeting could have been survey responses.
That's true. That's a good way to put it. We go from email or from meeting to email to comments. I like it. Comments on a survey. And then let's say once you're done, with reviewing this, you want to send the survey out to an audience. You can come here to audience. You can create a project, and then you name the project here, and then you can put in the completion date, when you need these responses. Let's say I need it a week from now. Let's see, I'll come in on the 20th. And then you can select a survey. So this drop down, is all the surveys that are in my account. So let's say I wanted this Apple survey. It automatically calculates the number of the time based on the number of questions and
questions. Nice.
And then you have incidence level, so you can put this in. You can also soft launch this, so one, to make sure incidence is right, and then also so you can check the data. So the soft launch that I know is key, and then you can come in here and specify the different types of criteria that you want for your audience. If you have some more custom specifications, we can of course find it, and we'd be happy to do that. But then once you're here, you can hit create, and then once you create it, it sends it out, and then you get it into a survey like this. So you can see like this India travel is completed. It was only a minute. It cost me $15 for 10 people. And then I can come in here, and then I can obviously mark it closed. If it's closed, I can come in here and edit it. I can see if there's any flagged responses here, and that would be any of the data quality flagged. So there's a number of things you can do in audience, but we try to make it seamless from end to end so you can collect those responses with ease.
Very interesting.
Yeah, super easy. Try to make our clients' lives easier through different efficiencies. And then answer grouping here, it's something that we talked about. If I come into analytics and then I go to cross tabulation here, and then I can come and I think I've already done this before, but made fruits and veggies here. If I click this, then I can see these were the answer options that I organized into each of the different categories. So these are the answer options that were in the survey, and then I put them into whether they're fruits or vegetables. and then I can see here, obviously the clear totals. You can still do your column proportional tests if you want, see the significant rows or columns, all of these things. But now everything is grouped together just by coming into Crosstabs, clicking that grouping icon, and then creating the group. So you can, of course, do more than 2 groups. Here it was just 2, but you can have more than 2 as well. So a number of different things that are achievable on Crosstabs via the answer grouping. And I think that was the final thing that I wanted to show. I know there are some things that we have in here that I know kind of get hidden a little bit here and there, but definitely wanted to bring these things to light as, I do think they are important and, need to be kind of just brought more in the forefront, and different things that you can do inside of QuestionPro to help with, with your research and to make your lives easier. So those are the 5 ways that QuestionPro Research Suite can help solve your toughest insights challenges. There's of course more, but those are some things that I wanted to show everyone today. So I think with that, Mark, I don't have anything else. Do you have anything that you wanted to cover?
No, I think we're good. Other than register for X-Day, that code again, if you missed it, is I've put the links in the comment, and the code is DAN, DAN. You can use that to get a free spot. We're obviously very close to the registration for the actual event date. We're almost closing out slots, so make sure that you register very quickly.
Yeah, please register and go in and do that. And would love to see you there. If you have any questions, again, reach out to me. But go register today. Use code Dan, and you'll get in for free. So awesome. Well, thanks everyone. Appreciate your time today, and go have a great Friday. All right, I'll see you later.
We'll see you guys next week.
All right, take care. All right, bye guys.